moving.
I have troubling news. It seems there are traitors in our midst. Most of you need fear nothing. But Derek Proudmoore didn't flee to Kultiris by himself. He had help, didn't he? Zelling.
Stop! I returned Derek Proudmoore to his family. You raised him as a Forsaken, but you planned to deny him his free will, to violate his mind. I could not stand by and permit such depravity to unfold.
Thank you for your honesty.
Banshee! Are we nothing more than pawns in your game? You betray the Horde!
No. He did. And so did you. Take him.
Others will see you for what you are, Sylvanas. You will leave the Horde in ruins.
There is no place for weakness in our ranks. Remember your loyalties.
Alright, that was the scene. Sadly, I'll have to report that there doesn't seem to be any difference between doing this with a character who sided with Baine and kept the whole affair secret, and a character who reported everything to Nathanos. The scene is exactly the same in both cases. But now let's have a look at what every one of the Horde's leaders think of these events, shall we? Starting with Rexxar, last son of the Mok'Nathal. So he says, and I quote, "There are others who must hear of this, Helloman," that's the name of my character, "and they will." Is he talking about Thrall? I mean, who else could he be talking about? So perhaps he's going to give him a call and we'll have some Thrall versus Sylvanas action? Sounds a bit like a repeat of the events with Garrosh, but it may turn out to be good. Besides, didn't Blizzard mention that we are going to see Thrall in this expansion? Perhaps the time has come. Anyway, moving on to Eitrig, or Eitrig as some call him.
Eitrig.
He mentions how Tyrion Fordring sacrificed everything to spare his life because it was a matter of honor, and compares Baine's actions to what the Paladin did. He also fears that the Horde is becoming what they once hated. As if the burning of Teldrassil wasn't a good enough sign, but I guess better late than never. Up next we have Lillian Voss. She vows to look after Zelling's family and claims he died as a hero for upholding the free will of the Forsaken. Also, it seems her faith in Sylvanas has been shaken. I think it would have been nice if she had a stronger reaction, perhaps objected his murder or something, but sadly it didn't happen. Gallowix talks about money. Garona says Baine's mistake was acting against Sylvanas too soon, and that we have to follow her lead and lay low for now. Perhaps she plans on taking her down eventually, I don't know. Moving on to Lorthamar, he seems to agree with what Baine did and talks about a schism in the Horde that has been growing since the attack on Teldrassil. See, he should have told Eitrig about it.
Eitrig.
He also implies that he would have sided with Baine had he not been concerned about his people. Now, I'm not quite sure I agree with him. I mean, what is the danger to his people exactly? That Sylvanas will not protect them against the Alliance, perhaps? Well, if not for her, there would probably be no war in the first place. So I don't know. Overlord Giara claims Baine has no honor because he's not loyal to Sylvanas. Makes perfect sense. Moving on to Rokan. He be talking about bad mojos and jujus and Sylvanas not making the war easy. Here's the thing. Rokan, Rexxar and Baine's father fought side by side in Theramore and prior to that on the Echo Isles? Or was it other isles? Anyway, I think them two should have said or done something in this situation. I hope they at least do it in the future. Queen Talanji says she owes Sylvanas much for supporting her people against the Alliance, but she also respects Baine and wishes he be treated fairly. Has Sylvanas actually done anything for Talanji? I guess she takes the credit for all of our hard work. Arcanist Thalysra here draws a parallel between what happened to her and Elisand and what is now happening with Baine and Sylvanas, and she'll apparently seek Lorthamar's counsel on the matter. Is he single, by the way? So Master G here senses much anger and frustration among the gathered here. Surprise, surprise. He references the Shah and says that we should all learn a lesson from what Baine did, because he acted instead of letting his anger turn into a greater threat to the Horde. I guess that means he supports Baine. And finally, Mela seems to dislike what Sylvanas did and says that perhaps her people should not have left High Mountain. So overall, it seems that other than the time-traveling Overlord and perhaps Gallywix, everyone else gathered here does not support Sylvanas. Yet for some reason they all follow her lead and seem to be afraid to stand up against her. Why is that, I wonder? They represent the overwhelming majority of the Horde, I think. If Rexxar, Eitrig, Rokan, Thalysra, Mela, Master G, Talanji, Lorthamar, Garona, and Lillian band together against Sylvanas, what will she do? Order Nathanos to kill them all? I doubt the bulk of the Horde's forces will side with her, instead of with all of these guys. I mean, I guess not all of them are entirely certain that Sylvanas is up to no good yet? But anyway, that's the end of the video. Let me know what you think about all of this. Thank you very much for watching. Sorry for the way I sound, my throat is still a little messed up. And until the next one, stay tuned and be good.